The sleek, silver spaceship glided silently through the vastness of space, shimmering against the starlit void. Inside, 3 extraterrestrial girls buzzed with excitement, their hearts racing with the thrill of conquest. This was their moment, the culmination of their training and ambitions, distilled into one audacious mission. Kira, a warrior with fiery crimson hair and an impressive physique, meticulously checked their arsenal of advanced weaponry. Each weapon was polished and perfectly aligned, a testament to her belief in strength and control. "Just 5 minutes, that's all we need," she declared confidently, eyes sparking with the thrill of impending dominance. An electric energy coursed through her, igniting a fierce determination in her heart. "Easy for you to say," Nexa replied, her petite frame illuminated by the glow of her tablet. With skin so silver it almost seemed to glimmer, she flicked through data fields, analyses on human biology, culture, and apparent weaknesses. "We have the element of surprise. They won't know what hit them. Everything indicates humans are predictable. We can exploit that." "Let's just make sure to leave room for my charm," Luna chimed in with an alluring smile, her large, expressive eyes sparkling with mischief. She flipped her vibrant blue hair over her shoulder, relishing the prospect of awe and admiration from the Earthlings. With her natural charisma, she believed they would fall under her spell before the first words were spoken. "Once they see us, they'll be putty in our hands." The girls descended toward a small rural town, anticipation buzzing in the air. Each inch closer brought both excitement and nervousness. Kira felt her heart pound in rhythm with the ship's engines, a visceral reminder of the power they wielded. As the spaceship touched down with a soft thud, the girls stepped into the warm sunshine for the first time, greeted by a panorama of greens and blues. The landscape was alive with vibrant serenity, a stark contrast to the pulsating energy inside them to conquer this unfamiliar realm. Together they took a breath, a shared moment of solidarity before undertaking their bold plan. Kira could sense the potential of greatness bubbling beneath the surface, waiting for them to unleash it. They were not only here to conquer, they were destined to carve their names into the histories of 2 worlds. "Let's do this. We're here to show them who's in charge." As they emerged from their craft, they felt the weight of Earth's atmosphere envelop them. A warm breeze tousled their hair, and the trio stood tall, cloaked in confidence. Potential fans excitedly stepped forward, eagerly drawn to the unusual visitors, oblivious to the extraterrestrial intentions that quietly simmered beneath the surface. As they approached the townsfolk, the girls stood tall, ready to impose their will. But instead of screams of terror, a delighted dog shot toward them, barking joyously. The creature's joyful antics mesmerized the humans, and confounding confusion took hold. "What is this creature?" Kira frowned, crossing her arms as she pointed at the dog, tail wagging furiously. Its unrestrained enthusiasm was unexpected. "It's a welcoming committee," Nexa laughed, momentarily distracted by the animal's innocent antics. For the first time, Kira hesitated, feeling a strange tug of curiosity rather than authority. Luna knelt to pet the ecstatic creature, eliciting laughter from nearby children who stood slack-jawed in astonishment. "Well, well," Kira said as she glanced at the dog, "this isn't exactly what I had in mind." Her bravado began to waver, caught off guard. The girl's initial plan to intimidate quickly fizzled as the locals stared at them, confused yet intrigued. Kira took a deep breath, scrambling to regain her composure. The last thing she wanted was to show any sign of uncertainty. "Let's show them the power of our technology," she insisted, eyes narrowing thoughtfully. With newfound resolve, Kira activated a device meant to enthrall and intimidate. However, instead of projecting a fear-inducing roar, the device released colorful, shimmering sparkles into the air, a cascade of kumquat-hued effervescence. The townsfolk gaped in astonishment, entranced by the stunning display. Confusion rippled through the initial fear, replaced by curiosity. The surrounding crowd tentatively moved closer, captivated by the beautiful sight. "Look at them!" shouted a child, eyes wide with wonder as he reached for the shimmering sparkles. The girls realized they had inadvertently become sources of fascination rather than fear. "What are we supposed to do now?" Nexa muttered, watching as the humans moved in, unsure of what to make of the spectacle before them. "Well, we better figure something out before they throw us a welcome party," Kira replied, still thinking of dominance, but her instincts urged her to reassess her approach. As the girls stood amidst the gathering crowd, they were struck by a peculiar sensation. Maybe conquering wasn't as easy as they had anticipated. With every sparkling flurry, they felt a shift within the gathered townsfolk, a thread of connection bridging their worlds that hadn't existed moments before. The three girls would have to adapt their strategy, realizing they faced a challenge unlike any they had ever encountered. The sparkles continued to dance through the air, and amid the chaos, Kira felt an unfamiliar sinking feeling in her stomach. Striding forward, she was determined to reclaim her authority, while also feeling drawn to the jovial spirit surrounding her. Then she caught sight of Jake, a local mechanic struggling to fix his old truck. Something in her shifted at that moment. "Step aside," Kira told him, a playful smirk on her lips. "Let me show you how it's done." There was confidence in her tone, believing she could impress even the locals. Kira confidently stepped up, but as she hefted the hood up, the entire front of the vehicle fell off with a loud crash. Laughter erupted from the gathering crowd, and even Jake burst into mirth. "You really don't know how to fix that, do you?" he teased, favoring her with an amused smile. For a moment, embarrassment flooded her. "Okay, maybe I didn't account for human technology," she admitted sheepishly, glancing around at the amused townsfolk. "Don't take it too hard, we all make mistakes," Jake reassured her, his laughter mingling with a warm smile. "Want help?" Kira felt a strange sensation blossom within her, an urge to connect rather than conquer. That was something she had never anticipated. Amidst this embracing nature, the girls found their footing. They disarmed their weapon complexes, revealing a softer side as they shared daily experiences, laughter, and newfound warmth. As days melted into weeks, friendships blossomed on both sides. Every day brought fresh discoveries. In a nearby park one sunny afternoon, the townsfolk organized a picnic in the girls' honor. Laughter echoed in the air, mingling with the sweet fragrance of blossoming flowers. It felt like an unspoken celebration of unity, each encounter intertwining their destinies forward. Kira found herself eyeing the soccer game unfolding in front of her, laughter bubbling within her as children dashed past. "I might not know much about this sport," she said with mischievous bravado, "but I know how to win." Jumping into the game, she displayed an impressive agility that left spectators in awe. Yet it was more than conquering. It was playing alongside them, feeling accepted. As she dribbled the ball, she caught Jake's eye, his warm admiration sparking a connection she couldn't entirely comprehend. As the playful competition continued, the girls began to recognize that they were forging bonds that transcended any simple conquest. These connections felt meaningful. They tasted the joy of companionship and humanity, a potent mixture that stirred passions previously buried deep within Kira's heart, shaking her core beliefs. Days passed, and new challenges awaited them with the arrival of a storm that shook the town to its core. The girls embraced their daily lives, filled with laughter and robust friendships. But just as they began to settle more comfortably into their roles, ominous clouds gathered on the horizon, ominously foreshadowing trouble. The tornado siren blared, its shrill tone piercing through the laughter and joy of the day. The energy shifted and confusion erupted among the townspeople as they rushed around in a panic, casting fearful glances at the swirling masses of wind spiraling above them. "Kira! Nexa! Luna!" a voice rang out, urgent and frantic. "We need to take cover." In that instant of urgency, Kira knew they needed to act. The cold grip of fear momentarily took hold, but adrenaline surged through her, igniting her senses. "We can help," she called out, determination igniting her spirit. "We need to direct everyone to safety." Nexa's mind raced, analyzing the storm's trajectory. "We can create a safe area using the trees. It will shield them from debris." With urgency fueling their every move, the girls disseminated directives, guiding families towards sturdy shelters, embracing their roles as protectors. With fear lurking behind them, the trio united their skills, transforming chaos into calculated actions. "Follow my lead, stay low and shield each other," Nexa directed, the urgency of her tone pushing everyone forward. Amidst the fierce winds that whipped around them, the girls took command. Kira used her strength to stabilize structures, creating anchoring points in the midst of swirling winds, while Luna mesmerized the terrified children, calming their fears with her soft, reassuring voice. The relentless storm lashed at them. Wind howled like a furious beast, snapping branches and rattling windows. Kira felt her heart swell with determination as she had never felt before. She was no longer a conqueror. She was a protector, fighting to safeguard those she had grown to cherish. As the town huddled together, the sounds of fear and panic transformed into unity and resilience. The strength of humanity shone brightly through the chaos, and Kira's heart soared with pride for the lives they were defending. When the storm finally passed, a calm descended, revealing a town battered yet intact. Exhausted yet exhilarated, the girls were met with tears of gratitude and awe from the townspeople. In that moment, they became more than conquerors. They were heroes. In the aftermath of the storm, the girls basked in the camaraderie that blossomed. There was a palpable change in the town. The melding of cultures, laughter, and shared history echoed more vibrantly than ever. The team that had once stood as conquerors now glowed with the warmth of friendships, creating an atmosphere of acceptance and love. Festivities erupted in the town to celebrate the girls' heroism. The locals organized small gatherings, bringing food and music to encourage everyone to share their stories. Laughter and joy flowed through the streets, transforming mundane evenings into jubilant celebrations. As Kira and her sisters wandered through the preparations, they couldn't help but notice how they had become part of this community, a far cry from the initial intentions of conquest. Kira, Nexa, and Luna reveled in their bonds, learning that strength was not solely found in power, but also in vulnerability. During one particularly lively afternoon, Kira found herself sitting next to Jake under the stars, accompanied by laughter and shared memories. The flickering campfire illuminated their faces, creating an intimate atmosphere as they exchanged hopes and fears. "Did you ever think you'd end up saving humans?" Jake asked, tossing a twig into the flames, embers ascending into the night sky. An unexpected heaviness engulfed Kira's heart as she stared into the fire. "No," she admitted, brushing her hair behind her ear, glancing sideways at him. "But it feels right. I've never felt like this before, connected to something beyond myself." Jake leaned a little closer, his voice softening. "You're not just an alien. You're a hero here. You've changed everything." "I suppose I never anticipated that I'd want to stay longer," Kira confessed, confiding in him as her heart surged. "What about you? Was this part of your plan, helping save your town?" Jake chuckled, a warm spark of self-deprecation in his tone. "I never thought I'd be fighting alongside aliens, but it's worth it." Their conversation deepened, vulnerability flowing freely, as they shared dreams of innovation and adventure. Each story mingled seamlessly with laughter and shared hopes, unveiling layers of connection and admiration for one another they had yet to fully comprehend. In that moment, Kira found herself cascading into unknown territory, this beautiful dance of hearts igniting a fire in her that had never been kindled within the confines of conquest. As the days melted into a comforting rhythm of laughter and shared stories, Kira, Nexa, and Luna navigated their way through celebratory banter and the blossoming friendships they cherished. Yet, beneath the joy, there lingered a peculiar sensation that slowly started to manifest. One fateful evening, the trio gathered together in their quarters after a jubilant day filled with laughter and food. Fatigue had settled in, but the energy surrounding their growing closeness was infectious. Laughter filled the air as they reveled in the warmth of camaraderie. But as dawn broke the next day, an unfamiliar sensation stirred within them, a pulse of energy that resonated deep within their cores. The peaceful tranquility of that morning quickly turned into confusion, sparking a whirlwind of realization. "Something feels off," Nexa declared, confusion knitting her brow as she began scanning her data. She aimed her tablet toward herself, bewildered at the readings cropping up. "Maybe we've just been overindulging," Luna quipped, twirling her hair absent-mindedly. But as the day wore on, that gnawing sensation became impossible to ignore. "You're not going to believe this," Nexa announced, her voice steady yet electrified. "I think we might be pregnant." A stunned silence enveloped the room, reverberating against the walls. The implications sunk in, filling the air with awe, apprehension, and a whirlwind of emotions. "You mean—" Kira stuttered, her jaw dropping in disbelief. She looked at her sisters for reassurance. "Due to our interactions with Earth's environment, something is triggered within us. We've formed bonds with its energy," Nexa expounded, her analytical mind whirring chaotically. "Oh boy," Luna gasped, instinctively placing a hand on her belly. Uncertainty fluttered in the air. "What does this mean for us? For the babies?" The implications danced wildly in their minds, swirling like a tempest. Excitement mingled with fear, and the trio confronted profound uncertainties that would leave a lasting imprint on their lives. "I've never thought about being a mother," Kira admitted, feeling a lump in her throat. "But I can't help but feel a sense of responsibility. I want to protect them, to guide them." Luna's heart swelled in response. "And we'll do it together. We're not alone in this. Our friends will rally around us. We can create a beautiful life right here." Nexa nodded in agreement. "We'll figure out every aspect of Earth parenting. I can research all our biology and identify ways to prepare for this." With the weight of the present pressing down, Kira embraced her resolve. The unexpected turn would result in lives intertwined beyond their expectations, their willingness to adapt growing stronger even as their reality shifted. The days turned into a whirlwind of planning, each moment filled with laughter and fears, excitement intertwining with apprehension. Kira, Nexa, and Luna fully embraced their new status, combining their alien instincts with human traditions. "At the end of the day, we should learn everything we can about how they raise children," Kira asserted, her determination bubbling beneath the surface. Their quest to gather knowledge about childhood and motherhood had burst into action. They were eager to engage with the locals. Kira dove into the town's rhythm, engaging mothers in discussions about their systems of care. She took notes and listened attentively, jotting down any and every insight that crossed her mind. Each story painted vivid pictures of motherhood, an experience entirely foreign, yet immensely magnetic. It was Nabel, a gentle baker, who told her tales of midnight feedings and heartwarming moments during walks in the park. With every shared story, Kira felt transformed, her spirit resonating with the emotions threaded in each narrative. Still, the countdown of hidden insecurities lingered in the back of her mind. What was it like to navigate human life, especially with an entirely different biology? Would the other mothers accept her? Would they understand her? Luna, always bubbling with enthusiasm, conspired with Nexa to arrange an event like no other, their very own baby shower. "It'll be cosmic, a beautiful blend of our alien heritage and human traditions," Luna exclaimed, eyes twinkling with delight. The planning began amidst laughter and playful debates about colors, themes, and food. Each decision elevated their spirits, and they invited friends and families with an ecstatic sense of purpose. As the date approached, palpable joy mixed with nervous energy, but solidified their connections. Would their friends celebrate them? Would their hearts expand among the blend of backgrounds? They couldn't deny the excitement bubbling within, but amidst the planning, tensions mounted. Edges of jealousy seeped into their thoughts as whispers of the rival alien faction reached the girls' ears, those who sought out control as the girls had once intended. They were alluring targets. Their potential to conceal the bond with Earth echoed malicious intentions. "Those Earth girls have made a mistake," their leader snarled, plotting and scheming. "Let's reclaim the Earth for ourselves." Kira, Nexa, and Luna sensed danger growing closer, knowing their newfound family would need them as protectors. Late one starlit night, a disturbance rippled through the tranquility of their town. A ship materialized, sleek and ominous, casting a dark shadow as it descended, feelings of dread piercing through the once festive air. Startled residents began to gather, fear flashing in their eyes as they recognized the type of craft that Kira, Nexa, and Luna had arrived in. "We're not safe." Panic echoed through the gathering voices of the locals. "Kira, Nexa, Luna," called a voice urgently. "You need to see this." The girls rushed to the edge of town, determination etched on their faces. Nexa analyzed the craft while fervently tapping her tablet, eyes darting through data. "They're not here for a friendly visit," she concluded, her voice steady. "They want power for themselves. They intend to intimidate." "What do we do?" Luna asked, her heart racing as she felt the tension in the air. "We need to alert the townsfolk," Kira shouted, rallying her friends and the community together. "Everyone needs to be prepared. We can't let them take everything we have built. We are ready to protect our home." As the girls circulated urgent warnings, the tension escalated among the townsfolk. The villagers looked to the alien girls, their insights acting as a reminder of strength and courage in times of uncertainty. Bolstered by the confidence and protection offered, they resolved to stand united. Hushed whispers spread through them like wildfire. "They plan to invade tonight." The fear gripped every villager with the weight of unknown threats looming closer. With every heartbeat pounding in sync, Kira gathered her friends for a strategic meeting. The dim light of a town hall illuminated their faces. It felt sacred, this melting pot of unity formed by shared values. "We need to stand strong," Kira urged, her eyes burning with intensity. "We will take necessary preparations to protect our home. Together we will succeed." The townsfolk, inspired by the girls' courage, committed to fighting back. Plans formed quickly, and confidence surged. It didn't matter if they were different. They stood together, ready to prove that strength arose from unity and shared experiences. The night wore jet black, shrouded in tension as alarms echoed throughout the town, alerting everyone of the potential danger. Tension ebbed and flowed, infiltrating every being as they prepared themselves for the battle ahead. The invaders descended, their ship casting a cruel shadow as they stepped onto Earth's soil, darkness engulfing them. Kira, Nexa, and Luna stood at the forefront, their resolve unyielding as they continued to stand for Earth. Behind them, villagers rallied, fear dissipating into determination as they brandished makeshift weapons and resolved to stand their ground. The atmosphere buzzed with electricity, anticipation hanging thick in the air. "We need a solid plan," Nexa asserted, her analytical mind racing through the advantages and disadvantages at hand. "They'll underestimate us. Let's catch them off guard with our quick thinking and power." Every heartbeat echoed as the enemy approached. Kira shouted commands. "Hold your ground. Stay focused. We're in this together." The moment arrived as the invaders crashed into the group, fierce intentions cloaked in arrogance. Kira surged forward, instincts ignited. Layers of possibilities unfolded within her resolve as the world narrowed to her mission, to protect this newfound family. With precise focus, Kira directed their human and alien allies to coordinate. "We can use our unique abilities," Nexa instructed, quickly gathering the townsfolk into formations that would optimize their defense. The battle raged on, chaos erupting as shouts intermingled with laughter and cries. Kira's heart pounded, fueled by the people who stood beside her. She quickly adapted her skills to support those around her, fighting alongside the humans who were no longer just another conquest, but her family. As the invaders advanced, Luna's charisma inspired strength in the townspeople. "Together, we are stronger than they could ever imagine," she shouted, instilling confidence among the group, her spirit infectious and unyielding. Kira spotted the alien leader, a massive figure directing movements with malicious intent. Sparks of recognition shot through her as they locked eyes, igniting determination. "You will regret this," he roared, bearing down as he aimed at Kira. But Kira felt her bond with the townsfolk strong. "You underestimate our strength," she shouted back, resolved to protect. As the battle continued, the strength of teamwork echoed throughout the field, a perfect crescendo highlighting balance and synergy. Kira's heart soared. They were no longer just alien girls. Together they reshaped the destiny of their homes. Through the chaos of battle, Kira's energy surged, adrenaline coursing through her veins like fire as she forged ahead. With the determination to protect those around her and the unborn child growing within, she knew she would not falter. Luna dashed between combatants, coaxing the spirits of the warriors around her, while breathing hope into their hearts. With every word, she nurtured the strength of her friends, turning moments of doubt into waves of inspiration. "Together, We are stronger than they could ever imagine, she shouted, her laughter intermingling with battle cries. Nexa harnessed her technology, quickly crafting defensive shields that preserved the life surrounding her. Move left! Flank them now! She shouted, her intellect shining brightly as she swiftly adapted to the division of forces. In her element, she calculated every step, weaving through movements with grace. Kira was locked in an intense duel with the alien leader as he lunged forward. Sparks erupted around them as their weapons collided, each blow resonating like thunder through the cacophony of battle. "You will pay for your insolence," the intruder screamed, his defeat in sight. Pushing forward with renewed vigor, Kira struck, the weight of the moment carrying her determination. "You think you can intimidate us?" she challenged as she delivered an explosive kick, disarming him and sending him sprawling to the ground. The tides shifted as the townsfolk rallied around her. They were more than mere witnesses. They were essential parts of a unified and empowering force. Every blow against their enemies ignited camaraderie. They fought not just for survival, but for love and unity. As Kira stood over her defeated opponent, warm droplets of victory washed over her. She hadn't just defended Earth. She found a purpose beyond glory and power. With every moment, she embraced the fabric of their existence and the love that blossomed within them. The fighting faded into echoes of victory as their enemies retreated, leaving behind only the urgency of change and growth. Kira, Nexa, and Luna reveled in their success, hearts echoing promises of future coexistence as the town celebrated their triumph. As the dust settled and the final echoes of combat faded, silence blanketed the battlefield. The townsfolk welcomed a moment of shared breaths and relieved laughter, realizing they had triumphed, not just in battle but over the shackles that had once bound them. Kira, Nexa, and Luna stood amid the victors, enveloped in joyous gratitude echoed in resounding cheers. The warmth of their newfound community pulsed through the air like an electric rhythm, echoing the embodiment of unity through shared struggles. Amidst the celebration, Kira caught the warm gaze of Jake, feeling an indescribable blend of emotions wash over her. "You did it! Together we did it," he said, pulling her into a tight embrace. Her heart swelled with pride as she beamed at him. "We fought as one. I couldn't have done it without you," she admitted, her voice soft as the warmth of victory enveloped them. And as Luna burst into giggles, excitement palpable as she turned to Nexa. "We saved them! We didn't just invade, we made friends! Can you believe it?" Her enthusiasm was infectious, lighting up their spirits further. Nexa, her analytical mind still racing from the excitement, smirked affectionately. "We should gather the data. There's so much to learn about human emotions, about how teamwork shapes our future. Think of the possibilities." As celebration surged, Kira embraced the potential in their choices. They had equipped themselves with knowledge and unity, far outweighing any title they may have once held in the cosmos. This wasn't an end, it was a new beginning woven from the threads of love, understanding, and hope. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in warm hues, Kira and her sisters reflected on the life that had transformed before them. They were no longer conquerors trying to claim dominion. They were guardians of an intertwined destiny. In the weeks that followed, life transformed into a promising tapestry of hope and love as Kira, Nexa, and Luna prepared for their new roles as mothers. The town buzzed with excitement, celebrating the intertwining of their worlds in ways they had formerly deemed impossible. The baby shower unfolded like a cosmic dream, an event unlike anything Earth had previously experienced. Colorful decorations lined the venue, twinkling like stars, while scents of delicious food wafted through the air, mingling with laughter. "We're ready for this," Kira announced, her excitement bubbling over as they took in the festivities. Joy danced in her veins as she realized how far they had come, no longer strangers but family. The community came together, united to showcase their love and support. Local mothers shared their stories, handing down wisdom like precious heirlooms. Nabble, the baker, enthusiastically chronicled the beauty of midnight feedings while sharing delicious pastries they'd prepared for the event. As the celebrations continued into the evening, Kira felt jolts of happiness rush through her, igniting newfound strength. She could hardly believe that moments of despair had morphed into enchantment, transforming heartache into dreams fulfilled through connection. Surrounded by friends and laughter, Kira realized they stood together stronger than any threat. They were building legacies, families rooted in love and diversity. That night, beneath the stars twinkling in celebration, Kira exchanged a glance with Jake. The bond they shared had deepened as moments unfolded, the reflections of understanding and love painting a future brighter than they could imagine. As laughter echoed through the community, Kira whispered a vow to herself. They would protect this home, forging futures side by side, embracing not just responsibilities, but the joys of motherhood that connected them deeper than anyone could fathom. An adventure lay ahead, one that would intertwine human and alien lives, creating a love that transcended cosmic distances as they forged a new existence filled with wonder, laughter, and the promises of tomorrow.